Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Team USA versus RSA today at 11 o'clock. It's the third race for the series. It is actually a manufacturer's race this evening at Interlagos GR3. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joining me tonight is legendary US commentator Kevin Mertel. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Great, great, great. Thanks a lot. And also joining us today as a sub-commentator, just to give his input on everything and all his racing expertise and experience, is a local boykie, Mr. Gerard Shaiko Sheep as well. Gerard, how are you doing today, bud?
Hello, chat, and thank you for inviting me to the commentating spot as a sub-commentator or extra commentator. Yeah, everything going well. Looking forward to this. So let's see how it goes.
Absolute beauty, 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 beauty. If we can just quickly run through the list. There we go. Mr. Moritz.
Yeah, so we have NRT Swordsman, and he is at a 55 driver rating when he drives a TGT.
Okay, guys, he's also in the Genesis GR3. And then we have PREC Autista.
Yeah, he is on the Corvette GR3 with a driver rating of 63K, pretty high there, and he's on the G29.
Beauty, beauty, beauty.
And we have PX7 Grow with the Phoenix colored Ford GT LM Spec 2 car. His driver rating is 68K, I think the highest of the North American team on a TGT. And another Phoenix driver, PX7 John, and is that the Porsche there? The 911 RSR with a driver rating of 65K on a CSL Elite. And GRT Holman on his blue Lexus there. He's got a driver rating of 68K with, and he's on a TGT, sorry.
Absolutely phenomenal, man. I see all these guys are over 60K now, and the NRT Swordsman is less than 60K. That's absolutely, that's massive DR jumps here for the guys. I think our highest is 59,000. So let's start with our team captain, Mr. KLM Pace, Kalen Mawa, GT by Citroen race car, the Citroen. He's currently on 58,000 DR since we've started focusing on FIA, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then we've got Sunbin Donkey, also on the T300 RS Thrustmaster. Recently he's signed with GTR when the new update came out, so this is a very new car to him. The GTR GR3 Schulzen Motorsports, as I said, on the T300. He's also on about 55,000 DR now. Then we have SkiteeOne with the AMG GT3, also got the Thrustmaster T300. Beautiful, beautiful driving, such a humble person. After Skitty, we have Eleanor Bar Blixem, they call him Boot Fighter A+, also in about 54,000 DR with the G29 911 RSR. And then, last but not least, our youngest driver, 16-year-old Not Stinky, driving the 6-axis motion control WRX GR3, also in about 58 or 59,000 GR. Just a quick nice news update. Stinky was sponsored a G29 wheel about 4 or 5 days ago, and he will probably take another week or so before he jumps onto the wheel. Getting into 58,000 DR with his 6-axis, being 16 years old, I believe it's the perfect time for him to jump on a wheel. Mitzel, with regards to him jumping on a wheel, being 16 years old, do you definitely see an improvement or a future for him here?
Absolutely. Once you get onto that wheel, because I was the same. I used to be on a controller, and then I switched to a wheel, and it's just a night and day difference. Now, it'll take him a little bit to get used to, but being able to use your feet is just
especially that he doesn't even have a driver's license yet and don't drive a car.
Yeah. He'll get used to it.
Definitely. Okay, guys, we'll quickly run through the teams here. And then to see the cars, I think maybe just everyone can log out of the... There we go. So we can start from the top with our guys and have a look at the liveries. Currently on PX7 John, which is 9th. So let's start from the top. So let's have a look at some of our YouTube comments. From the guys, I see Mr. Jonathan the Swart, Mr. Speak 7 John. Had a good, hey guys, Jonathan, how are you doing, brother? Hoping you're gonna do some brilliant racing here tonight. So that's also good. And Shaheen, welcome to you, bud. A lot of people are going to be watching. This is very, very exciting. We're just quickly doing some lobby changes with regards to the lobby setup. Mert, tell me, what are you looking forward to this evening the most?
So this is a track that really you kind of need to develop a rhythm on, just because of the turns and the high braking zones. It's quite difficult to overtake unless you draft, come across the start-finish line, but it is a very technical course. Like I said, it's good to get into a rhythm, but it's a fun course too. So this is going to be pretty exciting to see how these guys attack it.
Yeah, and it's actually a much longer, more technical race than what we've used to with them on the previous two.
Yeah, when you look at the track, it doesn't seem that long, but when you exit that last corner to go up the hill, that whole climb to the start-finish line is a long, long drive. It doesn't seem that long, but by these lap times being about a minute and a half, but it's a long course.
Okay, looks like Quali is about to start their Sunburn Donkey. Beautiful design himself. All of our SA liveries are actually designed by the man in the house, Mr. Psycho Sheep himself. My brother, I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Team South Africa salutes you. Please run us through your thoughts while you were designing these liveries.
Well, look, to be honest, I actually winged it. After the first race, I thought I should bring some color to the party because it was all the same color. But if I remember correct, Donkey's favorite color is red. I think so. I'm not sure. That's why I always went for the red the last two races for him. Kalen, his colors are black and red as well. So I went with his favorite colors for this race. Mr. Bliksem, the Boot Fighter, the pink comes from the LNR races. Him and Filthy Zerai were teammates and they always ran pink liveries. So yeah, just brought back his pink for him. And I don't know why, for Skitey, for some other reason, I think he likes blue. So yes, I just went with the blue for his car. And then if it comes to Stinky, well, I was struggling to make a good livery for this Subaru, but yeah, it's what I do. I like the representation of South Africa, so yeah, I try to make sure the liveries look good on Steam, and they don't look bad on stream, to be honest. So
no, they look absolutely beautiful, bud. I think what you did there, bringing some color, definitely worked out. I think the goal that you tried to achieve, representing our Rainbow Nation, definitely came out. So, from myself personally, and I can definitely tell you the viewers or Team South Africa, thank you so much, bud. I knew it took a lot of time. So yeah, superstar.
It's a pleasure, dude. No, it's a pleasure. It was nice doing them.
Psycho Sheep, Mert, let's start with you, Psycho Sheep. What are your top 5?
Top 5?
Quali,
okay.
For the quali.
Quali, that's going to be interesting. Let me just think of this quick. I'll say PX7 John, Sunbird Donkey, Kalen Page, Bliksem, and then I'll go PX7 Grover Holman for 5th. So it's going to be interesting.
You didn't put Stinky there.
Oh, I forgot about Stinky. Let's say...
That's fine.
Stinky maybe...
You already made your choice?
Yes, I've got my choices.
Already made your choice. Unfair to change. I shouldn't change your mind. If you forget his name, I hope you're listening to the stream afterwards, Stinky. And Mert, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, in no particular order, I think John certainly has the right car for this track. Given
Kindly
the
give us
updates.
an order, if you don't mind.
Yeah, then let's go with John. Number 1, I think SkiteeOne will be 2, Pace will be 3, Grove will be 4, and throw in Autista there. We haven't seen much of him. Maybe he's a silent killer there. So.
Beauty. So 2 out of the 3 essays, and with Psycho Sheep, 2 out of the 3 US. Can see we like our locals and we support the local boys. But let's have a look at NRT Swordsman. Is out first, and today the Team US has the honors of going through the pits first. So they went out first 30 seconds in advance. So let's check the guys first passing the lines now. Should be starting the hot laps.
Yeah, Swordsman and John pitted because they started on mediums. So now Autista, Grove, and Holman are actually on a hot lap. They're starting on softs.
Yes. Yeah, it seems to me Swordsman and John will actually start the race on mediums here tonight.
Interesting to see the strategies. What type of strategies do you think we'll be seeing, Mert?
Well, they're starting to show themselves already with a couple guys starting on mediums, but it looks like because they don't have the ability to switch tires after the qualifying because this is a practice lobby. But it'll be interesting because when you start on mediums, people are going to pass you up to start the race. But starting on soft tires, I think in this course with the tire wear, softs can actually take you a good 8 or 9 laps.
Sheep, how about you, bud?
Well, to be honest, I don't know the strat for the race. I don't know the tire wear / fuel, so I haven't practiced myself to see what this is going to be like. But I'll guess they'll run the hards first, the harder compound, and then go into the soft compound and just keep on doing stints on the soft compound because you always want to be on the softer or the quicker tire, especially with the driver rating and driver skill we have here tonight. So
PX7 Grove passing the first line.
Yeah, so for the guys to keep up, they'll probably go on the quickest tire the whole time. So let's see how this pans out.
Okay, definitely agree with you. It's going to be a strategist game here. 1:30.3 is the first qualifying time that's coming through by PX7 Grove. Shortly followed by PREC Autista, 1:44. Sure, maybe he had a spin out. I'm not too sure, but he's put in a 1:44.2 time there. Donkey with a 1:30.003. Beautiful time there. SkiteeOne putting in a 1:31.337. Pace 1:30.195. We have P1 and P2 in the bag. Very eager to see what Holman will be doing here. He was thought that we were doing nations, so only about by 6-7 o'clock our time, about 3-4 hours ago, he was made aware that we're actually doing the manual race tonight. So I don't think he had much prep going into this race, but it takes him a couple of laps for people on their skill level to be on pace. I mean, surely, Kev, you've driven with these guys numerous times in lobbies and stuff. Do you reckon their lap pace, maybe 5, 10, 15 laps, they get the feel for it again?
These guys are so skilled, I don't think it'll take them that long. We've all raced this course many, many times. It just depends on the tire wear and fuel saving, but I don't think fuel saving is going to come into play here that much because you're going to have to refuel at some point. It's the tire management because I did a practice lobby the other day and I think you can make your soft tires go 9 or 10 laps, and I think you have to use all 3 compounds here, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. That's 100% correct.
So
CPX7 John did do a better time there. A 2:46, Autista did a 3:13. Very good makeup time from him for 1:44. So Sunburn Donkey still in first place. Pace second, PX7 John third, Autista fourth, Grove in seventh, Barblux in 1:32.52 in fifth place, just by a fifth of 1,000. Not stinky, 1:29.745. There we go, 16-year-old with wireless motion control. Absolutely fantastic, guys. This is definitely a future star in the making. If I'm not mistaken, this is what top split guys or world top split guys look like at the age of 16 years old. Is that correct?
yeah, that's fast. Sub 130 is pretty fast.
Tire wear.
Well, he's making us look like amateurs, so let's be honest, that's quick.
Yeah, he's insane. He just needs to work on race experience and stuff like that in order to get himself up to pace. But that comes with experience, driving with the best. Keep driving with people like the Americans, for instance. Now it's over 60,000. Super race experience, track experience, strategy experiences, etc. Giotti Holman with 1:30.347. It is crazy that the first 2 until 7 are within 2.50 or 0.250 from each other. It is crazy how close they are.
And look at the difference between PX7 John and the 4 spot and Barblix and 0.006.
Yep.
That's really close.
That is ghosting through each other.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's a second with the 1.1 seconds for the top 10. That's very, very quick and tight going, dudes. This is gonna be sick.
Qualifier has ended. Quickly have a look at that stinky donkey pace. PX7 John, Barblix and Grove, Autista, Holman, Skitty and Swordsman. Phenomenal. So let's have a look at the race here. South Africa dominating the podium. 4 out of the top 5. But everything within 0.5 from each other, in fact. 130.4 to 30.4 between 2 and 9. 2 to 9. That is very close, gentlemen. And away we go. We don't seem to have any auto drive issues. No auto drive issues that we can see. On your side, guys, can you see any auto drive? None whatsoever, no? And away we go. And away we go. Good pace to the start. I think they'll have a respect towards each other in the first sector. No argy-bargy moves, dive bombs. No, good clean sector. Beauty run through. That snake just twirly-whirly through. 5 is 5. The race is on. Let's have some fun. Donkey making a move on Stinky. First corner already.
Yeah,
that GTR's got the legs.
But I think... What tires are Stinky on?
I was just going to say he's on hard
Stinky's
tires,
on racing hards, okay.
He's probably going to pit right now.
Definitely communicated with each other because Kalen is also making a move on the inside.
Yep, he's letting him go.
Of Stinky. Stinky spun out on his hards. What happened? Come on, Stinky.
That is the gamble of starting on hard tires. They're they take a while to break in, and so he's trying to let pace by.
Well, at least let that spin out happen on the first lap, where that 5-6 seconds doesn't happen or turn out. He's still going to put his 1 lap on hards now, I can assume. So to have that spin out, the best place to have had it is while the leader is still within 5 seconds from you.
Yeah, I guess it's not a full death, but that certainly doesn't help.
Yeah, what is the difference between the leader and Stinky at the moment? So let's quickly have a look here. 6.7 seconds, so it's not a massive loss that would have been there with the train not being fully prepped already for it as well. So beauty on that. Donkey passes first pace. John Barblixham. SkiteeOne just behind Swordsman. This is going to be a tough battle at the back between Swordsman and Skitty. I know Skitty's a master strategist with regards to stuff like this, and his track positioning, everything is always beautiful.
Well, now with
cool, the first 3 starting to break away. Let's quickly run through the top 3, 4, 5 guys to see what their tires are on. So Donkey's on softs, definitely going to try and push the gap. Pace is on softs, also going to try and push the gap. And then you have PX7 John staying with them with mediums. If he can stay in the slip and let the softs carry this mediums, it might definitely work out to his benefit at the end of the thing.
Yeah, that's huge if he can stay in the slip. That'll certainly be an advantage, but he's got his teammate coming up who is on softs. Grove is on softs coming up behind John, so he might let him by. Who knows? Barblixham in the Porsche as well is on mediums in the 5 spot.
You can actually see Autista and Holman behind him. I believe are both on the softs.
Yep.
Yes, that's why they will be catching him. Most probably they'll be overtaking him as well sooner than later. But if they're going to have their tyre wear and stuff sorted out, the softs being held back by the mediums is going to be very risky. I see SkiteeOne going for the move there. Great camera work and designing. Oh, beauty. Goes on the inside. Oh, did he manage to keep it? Yes, he did. Went slightly wide, but yes, he got the position. Swordsman is not going to let him go. Looks like he's going to try and come for the cutback. Trying to go on the white side. That's all going to be down to the straight. This is fantastic. Seeing battles from start to finish. Let's quickly have a look at Stinky to see what strategy he's going to try and follow next. Okay, so he did come on the mediums, in fact. So I think we might see a 2-stop here if he's going to do one more lap on mediums after this. or 2 or 3, he's going to definitely do a 2-stopper. If he's going to pit at lap 4, then it means he's going to do 2 softs on stints. So with him having clean air, with the pace that he has, no doubt he'll jump a ton of spots if he doesn't make any mistakes when the pit happens. I'm sure you've also noticed his pace with regards to the qualifying, Metal.
Yeah, I think the pit time lost, though, is probably too great to do 2 stints on softs. So he'll probably stick on mediums for another 8 laps and then switch to softs with a light car with less fuel.
Okay, yeah, well, the pit stop last time here is exactly 7.9 seconds. So if you're doing 9 laps on softs, all you have to beat the mediums with is 7.9 seconds. Which can comfortably be done, in my opinion.
Well, let's find out if he pits right now. He's coming up on it. No, he passed it. He is not pitting.
Yeah, it will be a 3 lap. 1, 3, 8 and 8. If he's doing a 2-stopper. What we calculated earlier on, also what works for the 2-stopper guys, for everybody just watching, is if you're in front and you can do 2 stop on softs, 2 stints on softs, and at the end you'll rather have a battle between 1 or 2 people than pitting the same time everybody else pits, and you're consistently batting right throughout the 18 or 19 laps until the end.
Quick update, looks like Grove had a penalty, so he dropped a couple spots.
Oh, I see that. He also had a little argy-bargy spin out earlier, but he did manage to gather control back. PX7 John, not too far behind, only 4.4 seconds after 4 laps. So it's still keeping it very close to Sunburn Donkey and Pioris Autista. Autista is actually catching up slightly to Mr. Pace. Donkey looks like he's slightly putting the gap on Pace. 1.9, so he's lost the slipstream. And he's also flying. Let's have a comparison on the tyre wear between Sunburn Donkey on his softs. Slightly touching at the moment compared to Mr. Pace.
Barely any difference.
Barely any difference. And Autista...
Front left tire is about the only difference.
Autista has slightly more, maybe 1 or 2% more tyre wear. PX7 John, probably on the mediums as I can remember. Quite a bit of tyre wear on the mediums, but it's probably on the defending and battling there, so that should start to even out lightly as well, with Mr. Holman following PX7 John at the moment on his racing softs. His tyre wear is also significantly lower compared to the first 2 guys.
Yeah, that could just be the Lexus or the way he's driving. He's pressed pretty hard.
Yeah, I must say he's gained quite a lot of places from where he started, eh? So Holman, watch out for Holman. He's doing very well in this race so far.
Out of all the NA people here, Mr. Mertz, on a consistent basis, who's the number 1 and 2 rated? Not based on DR, but just driving skill.
Yeah, it's probably between Holman and John. They're always up there in points. Grove is not too far behind as well.
Oh, it looks like Holman is making a move on PX7 John. Knowing John is on the mediums, but it doesn't look like it's going to make it easy for him. Guessing they really shouldn't. Oh, inside move.
That was a great move.
No love lost.
Well done.
Beautifully done.
Brilliant driving. Brilliant driving.
Beautiful passing from PX7 John. Not letting him through
there.
also, but also not letting time slip pass with that overtake. Holman making the move. Definitely moving up some significant spots here. You are definitely correct, Psycho Sheep.
Yeah, definitely. He's doing very well. But he's on a different compound to some of the guys. But I think we need to watch out for him. He's doing very well. And if you compare Bob Luxem's tyre wear to Mr. Holman's tyre wear, where is it?
Grove.
PX John, also in the Porsche.
John, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so it's very similar, but I think Bob Luxem's tyre wear is a bit worse than John.
It is indeed, yes. Looks like PX7 John is definitely conserving his tyres there.
Tyres, much better, yes, definitely.
Let's quickly have a look at Stinky to see if he's going to be doing the 2-stopper or 1-stopper, and we can definitely be able to have a look at that depending on which lap he's on currently, Mr. Not Stinky. I wonder, definitely...
He's still on the mediums.
He's doing the 1-stopper. I think he's changing his strategy to the 1-stopper due to that spin out he had in the beginning. So if he can just keep up the pace, look at his medium pace at the moment, 31.5, 31.9, 31.3, 31.7, which is super fast for mediums if you have to consider the soft times at the moment. Fastest soft lap being 130.8. So he's staying within a second from the fastest soft time at the moment. Definitely work in his favour.
Yeah, so maybe that spin out isn't going to cost him that much if he can keep those times up for another handful of laps. He'll gain some ground on these guys.
Drifting around the last corner. Yeah, drifting around the last corner.
Who was drifting around the wrong corner?
Not stinky, but I'm watching the incorrect screen. Sorry, my fault that.
SkiteeOne did have a penalty on that last lap, so it cost him a half second or so.
Well, SkiteeOne is actually catching up to Barblixen. Oh, but Skitty is on the softs though.
Holman is right on PX7 John's tail.
And PX7 Grove also, his softs are phenomenally lower than everybody else's. Grove's tyre wear on softs looks like it's on mediums. Have a look at that tyre wear, ladies and gents. And he's driving the GT40. And his fuel is the most in the pack. The GT40, which is the sluggiest of them all with regards to fuel, has the most fuel currently in his tank. What? This guy is definitely having strategy up his sleeves.
Well,
yeah, he's got something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's got something brewing strategy-wise, so let's see how this pans out. But the Ford looks good, it's going good, so let's see how this goes for Mr. Grove.
Yeah, I was just going to say the GT40, the way its gears are spec'd out is you can short shift and still have a lot of power in that car and save some fuel. So I think that's what he's trying to do, is just maybe doing a second or two when people have to fill up their fuel.
Let's quickly have a look at Caleb Pace's lap times. Not Stinky is currently running equivalent lap times than Pace's soft lap times on mediums.
That's pretty fast. Maybe Pace is starting to get his tires worn and he can't set some good lap times.
Have a look at Sunburn Donkey, you'll see the same.
Yeah, he had some 30s in there.
Very high 30s. And if you have a look at Not Stinky's lap times, it's 131 low to medium, so it's not even a second per lap slow. It's 0.5 to 0.7 difference per lap time on his mediums, also on a full tank. This guy's soft laps are going to be crazy fast.
Yeah, once they pit, Stinky might move up to 7th. He can have a good next couple laps. It'll be close.
It's going to be very, very, very close. So definitely excited to see what's going to happen on his empty tank with his softs. Very interesting. Currently 19 seconds behind, but one pit stop ahead of the most of the drivers. So call it 10 seconds behind.
All right, let's go back up to the leader. Sunburnt has a 3.5 second lead right now over Pace still.
What is the difference in fuel between Donkey and Pace? Quite equal. Sunburn Donkey, in fact, has more fuel.
Yeah, a tiny bit. I'm starting to wonder if they're even going to have to get much fuel at all. I mean, they got a half a tank left and they got 11.5 laps left, so you're not going to have to get too much.
Fuel saving gets you up to 18 or 17 laps with fuel saving, maybe 18 in the Nissan GTR. So the Porsche and lighter cars on fuel might reach 19 laps. Other cars like the Toyota or the cars that are good on fuel, if you fuel save for the first stint, you'll definitely get the fuel to run right through the whole race.
Yeah, interesting. Yes, interesting. Interesting to notice. There's no Supras in this race, and I'm a Supra driver, so it's a pity I don't see the strat here, but it's
okay.
all good.
Pace has went to pits on end of lap 9. Was it start of lap 9 or end of lap 9?
End of lap 9, probably going it's for 1 lap.
And he did refuel, so he's taking fuel for the rest of the race.
Not Stinky, not one single 32 on his stint.
Yeah, that's pretty
In
nice
fact,
to run those
he has
numbers.
gained 10 seconds in 9 laps on Swordsman.
Yep, and Swordsman is on soft, so Swordsman will probably pit here soon. Although his tires are doing actually pretty well.
Yeah, considering he's in the Hyundai, and the Hyundai is usually very, very heavy on tires, especially the front tires. He's doing very well with the Hyundai, I must say.
Yeah, some people on the chat also said Stinky would have made more time with a 2-stopper. A 3-stopper, rather, 2 stops on stints. 2 stints on softs.
Well, if the way he's driving, he's that consistent, then yeah, they're probably right. Just go on to softs for 2 stints and put down some really, really fast laps.
On softs, he'll run between 129.5 to 130.5.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
fast.
pitting end of lap 10. Let's see where he's going to jump out after the stints. Changing to softs. Perhaps. Yeah, he already started on his hards, so he had to go on softs. Now he's going to find a little bit of traffic. Definitely going to find some traffic. But the cars ahead of him are on mediums and hards at the moment, so it's going to be interesting to see his overtaking skills, etc. PX7 John on the racing soft, starting to finish now as well. Half tank fuel. This is going to be brilliant to see you guys racing. Sunburn Donkey, followed by Pure Tista, PX7 Grove, Tista passing 2 people at once. Well, what happened to that lobby?
Well, Pace pitted twice to go onto his hards, and then now he's
Yes, he did
now,
1 lap hards mid-stint, right?
Pace is on the mediums. Grove is on hard, so he might be pitting here. Holman is on mediums. PX7 John is on softs. And Barblexum is on hards. So a couple guys are probably going to come into the pits here getting off their hard tires.
Should be good for Stinky, with a few of the guys maybe going to the hards and relieving the traffic for him. Should be very interesting to see. Ooh, Skitty had a little spin out there.
Oh, miscommunication between Grove and his teammates. He was on the wide and he tried to cut into the pits and hit the barrier there and made a mistake.
Okay, so the traffic is cleared up. The guys have pitted that was in front of Stinky. So he's going to have 2, maybe 3 laps, maybe 4 laps. PX7 John, what tires are PX7 John on?
Soft.
He's on softs. Okay, so Stinky's going to have a nice battle here shortly. So he's going to have open air. He's not going to have traffic for maybe the next 6, 7, 8 laps or right till the end. Depends on how quick he's going to catch up. So this is going to be very interesting to see. Already a massive battle in front in 2, 3, and 4 happening, which might see these guys lose time. That is the only problem with a 2-stopper. Traffic, traffic, traffic.
Yeah, I don't like traffic when I drive. I mean, everyone likes the slipstream and you can save tires on it, but when you battle like this, it just slows everybody down.
Especially if it's a non-respectful FIA lobby.
What are you talking about? There's plenty of respect in FIA lobbies.
No, definitely, but you just need one guy out of the 20, which is 5%. So 95% are respectful. You just need that 5% to tap you once, race over. Stinky's currently on fastest lap, purple sector 0644. If he's going to finish this straight quite well, he might hit a 129.
Yeah, he'll be on Donkey within 3 laps. He's flying at the moment. He's really, really flying. He's 2 seconds a lap quicker at the moment. Yo, look at that lap time.
We'll be hitting a 129 most probably. Let's see. and we got this guy a wheel a week ago.
But he hasn't used it yet?
Yes, he has a little bit of laps. This is going to be officially his last race with his controller.
Okay.
His spin out really cost him about 6 or 7 seconds. So without that spin out, I want to try and see and add 7 seconds to his race time to see where they would have got him. By the looks of things, 9 seconds behind. I might not even be surprised to not even have to try and knock up that 7 seconds. He might even be pushing for the win.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
he
1, 2,
still
or 3.
might have a good result here because he's done
Yeah.
pitting.
The
These
top
other guys
3,
have
I
to
think.
pit,
How many still need to pit, Mitt?
Autista has to pit. John, I can't remember. I don't think John does. Maybe he does. I can't remember. Too many tire compounds, too many drivers. My brain can't handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I secondly on
I've
that.
also lost count. I also lost count, but I think there's a few guys that will actually put on the last lap for their hearts.
Stinky down to less than 9 seconds of the lead.
And Pace is done pitting as well. I mean, he's 16 seconds back, but he is done pitting.
That is true and correct. Let's have a look at the top 3 currently racing with each other. Tista, John and Holman. So Tista definitely has about a 3, 4, 5 second gap. Looks like, yeah, a 3 second gap. PX7 John on the softs. Holman, I believe, is on the mediums, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Mr. Holman. Yes, that's true. Did Holman do his mid-stint medium pit? Oh, his hards, rather. I believe he did, right? No.
No, I think Holman still has to pit as well as Autista.
Yeah,
Donkey is
yes,
catching
I
Holman
do.
at the moment.
Yes, I do believe there's a few guys that will do their hard lap on the last lap. So
I think
yeah,
top 3 will, top 4.
yes. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe there's going to be fair play between Sunburn, Donkey, and Stinky. I think Stinky or Donkey is going to try and pull Stinky through the straight there with the GTR's top speed. And I believe on the either the second straight or that little straight going up to the 2 right-handers, Donkey might let him through. I don't think the gap will last for longer than the next half a lap.
Totally agree. Yeah, they'll do the team thing. Yeah.
He did a 130.2, 130.4, 130.3.
Actually, take a look at Stinky's fuel. He's got a little over a quarter tank left. He is short shifting a little bit. He might need this draft to help him save some more fuel because he might not have gotten any fuel.
Going to be very, very interesting. Only 7.2 seconds behind the leader. Imagine if that spin out didn't happen, he would have been in front with that 7 seconds he lost. 5 laps to go, no more pits on his softs.
That'd be amazing. That'd be a heck of a race.
I think he would have smashed the lobby. What do you guys think?
He
Yes.
probably would have won quite comfortably, but I agree with what Mattel's saying here. His fuel is very low. He's gonna have to fuel save it. Oh, there goes Donkey.
I don't think Stinky touched him there.
No.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
I
dash
just think
thing, bro.
Donkey. Yeah, he just lost the rear there for a bit. But it's a good thing because now Stinky is free. He can go chase to win maybe.
He might have to fuel map. I don't know if he can go 5 laps on the quarter tank.
I agree. It's gonna be very close with him.
Very close.
Very, very close. Yeah.
I don't think he's watching his fuel at the moment. Like we said, still young. Definitely need to check what's happening here.
But look at that consistency. 30.9, 30.2, 30.4, 30.3, 30.5. That's stunning lap times. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, he's in a great rhythm right now.
Yeah, it's not Stinky in the Subaru. He's an absolute demon. He's third in the EMEA region at the moment with regards to manual points. third. Beaten only by number 2 and number 1, which is Nikalizal.
Do you know if Sunburnt Donkey has to pit? And again, he's on mediums right now. So he still has hard tires left? That
No, he did pit on hards.
Oh, okay.
As Ron mentioned. You sure, Ron? Yes, should be. Yeah, you won't be this far behind, Stinky, yeah. Okay, it looks like not Stinky's definitely short shifting. And he's enjoying the slip now as well, so he's got Alexis's top end pulling him through also. Definitely short shifting. 4-second gap to the leader.
Yeah,
You've got Donkey, Blix and Pace, all of them have pitted. Has Barblixen pitted?
Pace is going for a crazy pass through the Senna S turns.
They're having an awesome battle, these two South Africans, racing each other, not thinking about the team game at the moment. It's lovely to see they're actually going.
And these two have so much respect for each other. They've got such a friendly, intense rivalry, and they've always had it.
They're both on soft tires, so they're both identical tire wear. Maybe Pace has a tiny bit more tire wear. Pace is on Barblixen's bumper.
Oh, Stinky passing on the inside of Holman. Beautiful overtake, staying on the outside. He should be able to eat him with his soft tires. Inside, inside. Whoa, what racing? What racing?
Brilliant,
Insane, look at
brilliant
this,
to see
side
this.
by
Oh,
side.
I must say.
Stinky just succeeding with the top speed. Absolutely phenomenal. That's respect between drivers.
He's trying to go inside. Let's see if he can overtake. A little bit of a late break there.
Oh, what a pass. Oh,
Absolutely
that's
phenomenal.
brilliant.
Not giving anything. Stinky, well done, brother. Let's hope we can still keep it in the top end. Holman might try to go for the jump here. Stinky going on the defense.
This is what
Definitely
racing's
respectable.
about. Definitely respectable racing. This brilliant drive, Holman and Stinky. It's epic to see.
Holman is also on soft tires, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's on mediums.
So Stinky should start pulling in 0.1, 0.2, especially through these middle sectors where the Lexus is not as good as the Subaru. And Holman still needs to pit. Forgot about that part also.
I believe John and
Stinky
Artista
closed
have
a
to pit
10-second
as well.
gap or a 7-second gap between everyone, with their final pit still to go. This guy is a
Stinky's got a
phenomenal
problem.
driver.
He's got a
Oh, wait,
problem with fuel.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
he's going to
be
have to go
hard
in
for
for
him.
pit for fuel.
Maybe. I think if he fuel maps, he might not have to. I actually think John didn't PX7 John start on hard tires. I can't remember. It'll be close.
Yeah, well, I can't remember either, but this is epic racing to watch, gents. Seriously good racing.
Autista doesn't have much fuel left either.
I wonder what will be faster, Stinky putting 0.5 of fuel or tires.
Tires always takes longer.
So if Stinky pits together with them same time, he's going to come out on the soft with a little bit more fuel. They'll come out their tires, they'll jump them and still be able to properly beat them.
I don't think he's going to have to pit for fuel. I think he's got enough that he's short shifting, that he's going to have enough to have fumes going up the hill to the start finish line.
Let's see what he's going to do on the next one.
But Autista and John are battling it out. Come the last corner here. Everybody's on empty. Autista pitting, John pitting, Stinky not pitting.
He's going to push it.
He was just coasting right there up the hill.
Donkey is catching him with his fuel mapping.
And Pace and Barblixum are going to fight it out for third. Oh wait, no, sorry. Autista and John came out of the pits. I didn't think they would be ahead.
Blixen and Pace probably held each other back with their fighting.
I don't think Stinky has enough gas to hold off Sunburnt. It's going to be really close. Coming up that hill, he's not going to be able to give it full. He's not going to be able to rev it all the way out. This is exciting. This is going to be a crazy finish.
Well, this is lesson learned for Stinky, definitely.
I mean, even if he gets second, what an amazing race! Spinning out lap 1, coming back to get a podium. He's got the clearance, I think, to coast across the line here.
Bro, what a phenomenal race from Stinky.
Gas. Wow, kudos to him. That was amazing.
That was brilliant to see. Well done, Sunburnt. BX on for third. That's brilliant podium for you, Zay.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful racing here. Yeah, he lost 2 seconds and 2 seconds on both of his last laps.
Wow, Stinky deserves a medal for that one. That is just an amazing, amazing race.
Absolutely phenomenal.
What a way to go out on a last race as a controller.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to hear what the guys and the gents have to say about jumping to our lobby now. Everybody's going to jump to the party. Psycho Sheep, Mr. Thank you for joining us as well. And then Mertz, as always, pleasure having you, you legend.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Maybe I bottled your commentary stint here, but I enjoyed it thoroughly to watch it, to see it, and say something here and there. Thank you for having me, gents.
No, it was absolutely beautiful, brother. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy about that. So you are more than welcome to also stay. All the drivers will now jump into our party chat for the exit race commentary, etc.
Sweet, I will do that. Thanks.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for having your hospitality for the last 3 weeks and 3 races. It was a lot of fun learning how to talk about racing and not just jibber jabber, diarrhea of the mouth, but it's been a learning experience, a lot of fun, and if maybe we can continue this sometime down the road.
Most definitely, I definitely agree with it. I think I'm already going to start speaking to some people with regards to continuing this series, in fact, because it is helping everyone, whether they would have done a lobby practice race with other people, they might as well just do it and keep up what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's great for both sides because a lot of the North American drivers are usually in the same lobbies, and you don't want to race against these guys all the time in practice, and then they're going to learn your tendencies come race day. So it's kind of good to get some different experience against other drivers. So I think they're all having fun. I sure had a lot of fun watching them. So
it was definitely fun. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. So I see all the drivers are suddenly joining the chat here, which is awesome. I believe we have most of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. I think we need maybe 1 or 2 more. I think Big 7 John needs to jump on. And Holman. Yes, Swordsman, if you can just send John and... Who's not on? John and? Holman. John and Holman, if we can just get them to NRT Swordsman's mic is not working at the moment, guys. It shows a flashing signal. Any of the NA guys, if you can just send here's PX7 John now. And there's Holman. Okay, we have everybody. Okay, guys, I'm just getting some feedback from someone. I'll quickly check who it is. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, there it's better now. Cool.
What a race.
Perfect, guys. What a race. Let me just kick it off by quickly running through the results. Okay, so we've got P1, Not Stinky, P2, Sunburn, Donkey, Team SA, P3, PX7 John. Phenomenal race, brother. P4, Bar Blixen, P5, Pace. These two guys were having such friendly rivalry and racing battles throughout the middle stint. It was just phenomenal. I think that didn't happen. We might have had a top 4, but this is what racing is about, not just giving the positions away. Autista, Holman, for you not being able to prep as fast or as long as what the other guys probably did with regards to you only thinking was nations. Beauty result within 10 seconds of the leader. SkiteeOne, P8, Grove, P9, and then Swordsman in P10. Absolutely wonderful. Just the first notes. Stinky, well done on your win, my brother. You had a 7-second first lap hard spin out. Ended up from pole position to last position on that, and you managed to come back, and then your last 2 laps you had to fuel save like a machine. You did actually a 133 and a 134, losing 6 seconds on what was straightforward only 130s for the whole stints of softs. 130 lows to 130 highs. What was going through your mind when you saw that Donkey Donks was catching up with your fuel saving? What was going through your mind? Stinker, I don't think we're getting audio from you. Maybe just take a second or two. Yeah, but the audio on the sharing audio for the stream, guys. Body, we will all be able to hear him. So, Stinky, just go to your body chat settings and just share your audio or allow your audio to be shared. And then we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Donkey, super run, my brother. P2, wonderful fight, good quali. Almost got your 129 quali there. What was going through your mind with regards to your strategy?
I was just racing pace at the time, so I basically did what he did, hards and then mediums. I probably was a little bit too slow on the hards, which meant when I came out of the pits, I was behind Holman and PX John. Well, I was actually between the two of them on cold tires. So if I probably was in front of them for a lap, I would have been able to stay there, but I just lost too much on the in that one lap behind him, and then I started catching back up again. But yeah, it was good.
Okay, perfect. Happy with the results. Your one, you did a 2-stopper.
Yeah, good race.
Beauty. Then we've got PX7 John, Mr. Jonathan Schwartz. What was your thoughts on the race? Well done on your podium there, sir.
Yeah, I'm happy with the race results, but I feel like I'm cursed, honestly. Every single time I do well in one of these races, my FIA race just goes down the tubes and Grove and Holman just crush me. So I feel like this is going to be another one of those rounds where it's like I perform well here and then I just choke during the race. But I am.
Well, this is menu. Let's hope it's different for you, brother. Touch wood.
I sure hope so. But yeah, I was just really trying to manage those tires, especially once they got really worn, and then just pushing as much as possible on the softs. And just really trying to manage your tires in that middle section where it just gets really tight, and try not to get on the throttle too fast on the corner exit. And just trying to stay in the draft, and especially for the Porsche, or at the fuel save a lot. And so you're just trying to get all those things, and especially on those like one lap on hards, try not to get stuck like a few people did. They said they got stuck. So, but yeah, I'm definitely glad with the podium. So it's fun races.
Yeah.
Well done in your race time. Then we've got Mr. Boot Fighter, which is Brother Fighter, Mr. Bar Blixen himself in the Porsche.
Let me just start off firstly with the WhatsApp chat is busy going crazy for Team SA. From about lap 12, myself and Pace clashed, but not on track. On my screen showed Pace left the lobby, and on Pace's screen showed that Bar Blixen left the lobby. So we were battling But we didn't know we were battling. We only knew when the race
You
ended.
guys
we
knew
were...
how close. Pace, you were on his bumper, literally. You guys were driving the same line, in and out, speed the whole time.
We didn't see each other at all.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're mentioning that we were on each other's bumper, Blixum said before that myself and himself race very, very similar. So
Yes.
I mean, it looked like we were joined at bumper to bumper.
So guys on the stream, Pace and Bar Blixum didn't cost their own P3 and P4 that they didn't even know they were racing each other's lines. And we were thinking, damn, Pace, you can driving so close to someone's bumper, it's impossible. Thanks for
Honestly,
that,
like I said, for about 8 or 9 laps, we didn't see each other at all on the track.
Oh my, so,
Okay,
so
well, you
that's
probably drove in
really
each other's
good.
ghosts. I'll put it that way.
Probably, yes. I think
Okay, happy
so.
with your P4, Bar Blixum?
Yes, better than I expected. I was stressing a little bit when I see, the top guys are staying out a bit longer, and then I went in for the last lap, pitting, so it helped a bit, but very happy overall, yeah. And
Well done.
well, thank you, Pace, for the close race. I enjoyed it. So, yeah.
Pace, what do you have to comment about that, brother?
No, I'm just really chuffed with the team effort everyone put through. I feel really sorry about Stinky obviously spinning out on lap 1, but kudos to him for the win. In terms of Bob Blixen, I think I can say the same. It was an awesome race by him, brother. Us being able to bumper to bump is just crazy. But in terms of my own race, I won't say I'm disappointed. I did try and do something a little bit unorthodox. I started on softs, did 1 lap on hards, and then another lap on mediums, and then I went back to softs again. So I actually did a 3-stopper because I really didn't like the harder compounds other than the softs in the Citroen.
Okay.
But yeah, nonetheless, decent result for myself. I think obviously a lot to take away for this coming Saturday's race, and yeah, just looking forward to seeing my boy Stinky take top honors in one of the higher rated lobbies.
Awesome. That's always a true captain's speech there. Just a quick one, Pace, with regard to the 3-stop, I actually didn't know that you did it. I don't know why I missed that. Because the 3-stop is definitely something that can be used, especially starting in P1 or 2. Do you feel that if you did your 2 soft stints firstly, then your middle stints you would not have had as much traffic and you might have had a 4, 5, 6 second difference in gap?
Well, definitely so. As you said, I think if I did do 2 soft stints at the beginning, it might have helped me. Especially because when I pitted and came out on my hard tires, I was in clear air. So I didn't have anybody to worry me in terms of ahead and slip or behind me to like kind of overtake me. So it definitely may have helped. I think it would have been obviously a bit quicker. But yeah, obviously with these races, it is a warm-up race for Saturday. Although we do try and take it seriously, I did try and do something a little bit unorthodox.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks a lot for that. It was very good to see someone trying the 3-stopper as well. So then, Mr. Piorici Autista with the Corvette 6.7. You guys all finished within 2 seconds, 3 until P6. Actually, within 5 seconds from P3 to P7. That's beautiful racing. You can see these are A+ lobbies, and there's always nothing in it. Anybody can take it on the day. How did you feel your race went, Mr. Autista?
It certainly was a really good race for me. I think I failed in the strategy. I overfueled like 1 lap. I didn't have to refuel in the last pit stop, but I did anyway because I think
Just in case?
I thought I would need it. But no, I finished the race with 0.8 of fuel left, and just the hearts didn't get to me. I hate those tires. But it was a really fun race, clean, pretty fast guys here,
Yes, very
and just enjoyed myself.
Well, that's phenomenal. Tell me, with regards to the fuel, that 0.8, to fill that, how long does it take per second wise? Because if you are only 2 seconds behind P3, do you think if you didn't fill that extra lap, you might have jumped a position or 2, seeing that you're only 0.3 behind 5 and 1 second behind P4?
Yes, definitely.
I don't know. Maybe these guys are fast anyway, and I am not really good in hard tires. but I don't know. Maybe I could have finished a bit higher. But
So 0.8 laps finished, just for the viewers and the guys that are watching the stream and the guys that are not A+, let's say your C, B and A drivers like myself, that 0.8 laps of a difference, if you feel that 0.8 too much, is that about a second worth of time? 2 seconds? I'm not too sure.
Definitely.
I think so. I don't know why I ended up with so much fuel anyway, because the last pit stop I entered with point 0.8 of fuel, and I don't know, I refueled it just a bit, just to 1.2 or so, and I clicked and I went out, but in the end I don't know, the fuel just didn't burn, and I ended up with 0.8 anyway of fuel. I don't know.
Well,
It was
that's what
weird,
all
but
this
it was
racing
fun.
and warm-up is for, to make sure you guys are prepped and don't make these mistakes, because I know 1.5 or 2.5 seconds in A+ lobbies, especially where you guys are driving, might sometimes even end up being on a slip train at the end, jumping 3-4 spots, sometimes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So at least you got the chance to warm up now, and that's the whole idea of this. Then we've got Mr. Jorty Holman. Also, only had about 4 or 5 hours of prep, as this afternoon was the first time he found out that we were not doing nations. He realized that we're doing Manu, so for him to be within 10 seconds of the top with Stinky and Sunburn Donkey, well done in the Lexus. As we see that I'm not sure if you changed your manufacturer, but this Lexus is superb. Just shows everybody what the heavier cars can do on this track. How did you feel your race went, Mr. Holman?
I think it was pretty average overall, but I did switch from Toyota to Lexus after seeing the BOP changes. And my advice to all the drivers out there, if you're planning on changing manufacturers, don't.
Makes sense.
Is this Toyota guys changing manufacturers, or specifically everyone?
Everyone. Keep your points. It's not worth it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
fair enough.
cool.
Well, Sunburn Donkey changed from Honda to Nissan GTR, or well, Nissan rather. So let's hope things work out for him as well.
100%.
Holman, how did you feel your strategy went? You said pretty average. What are the things you're going to change for your FIA, apart from pace and quickness?
I think doing an extra stop, doing 2 stints on softs, and then just 1 lap on medium and 1 lap on hards might change things up a little bit, especially for the heavier cars, because they can really capitalize through that middle sector where it's just turning left and right.
Yeah, correct.
We did notice the tyre wears on the heavier cars taking a little bit more knock than the lighter cars. So I think maybe the 3-stopper, especially if you qualify in the first 4, first 5, because usually the guys in front will try and start with a faster compound, especially in FIA. They won't really start with mediums because they don't trust the drivers behind them to that extent that they can guarantee that they're not going to be dive bombed on the first chicane or turn 4's left-handers. So I think maybe the 3-stopper for the guys in front might be worth it for the heavier cars. So everyone, those are the 2 strategies that you can look at: 2-stopper, 3-stopper. And then Skitty with the AMG, how did you fare this race went for you, brother?
Definitely, like you said, the heavier cars definitely show their tyre wear later on in the stint. So you need to drive a little more carefully, otherwise it will bite you.
Okay. And how did your strategy go for you? You think maybe the FIA also going to do the extra stop?
It's worth looking at it for my car in particular, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, Skitty is keeping it short and sweet. Still much love, brother. Appreciate that. And then we've got Mr. PX7 Grove. I'm not too sure what happened with your race, etc. I'm not sure if you had a spin out or something. But yeah, please run us through your race, bud. Your fuel was phenomenal for Ford. I mean, at one stage you had the most fuel between everyone in the first stint. Please tell us how you managed that with the Ford.
I was really trying to go for a no adding fuel strategy, but some little errors that I made, including a penalty at the end, made me drop back, and I probably would try to just go faster and add fuel in the race, but Ford's not known for being good on fuel, and I'm trying to get the most out of it all the time. I'm going to hopefully get points out of being good at saving fuel in that car.
Well, just to give you some indication, by lap 7, you had the most fuel of everyone on their first stints.
That's pretty good, I guess. Then it's too bad I didn't convert that into more than I did. But it tends to have like the opposite of John, where he does well here and then poor in the actual races. So hopefully,
You guys will just have to switch up.
I'll continue doing poor here and doing well in the ones that count. So.
Well, that's the idea. Just not to do poor here, but to bet in the FIA and just be prepped with yourself as well. And then we've got Team US captain Mr. Swordsman in the Hyundai with the new nerfed Genesis, if I could put it that way.
Yeah, with the Nerf Genesis and the broken headset that's vibrating. So basically, I did that whole race under the ocean, if I was in chat. But no, yeah, Genesis, decent car here for tire wear, but the tire wear multiplier isn't too high, so a lot of cars can be pretty competitive.
Also with the mandatory stops.
Yeah, especially with the mandatory stops. If it was, maybe a different thing where, you didn't have to use mediums and hards, then maybe it would be a little bit higher up the grid. But yeah, everyone from South Africa, and also from the U.S. team, super quick. I was happy to get a top 10 again today, so.
Also, brother.
Just bring the car. Nice. just bring the car home, but yeah, pretty clean race. Once I saw that and heard in chat that Pace and Barblixton were having some issues, and then when I saw both of them pass me stuck together, I was like, well,
it's right there.
yeah, they were like conjoined at the hip. So
really, they look like Siamese twins. I know.
Yeah, so technically in that race, because they were conjoined, I feel like I finished 9th because those two were basically one car for majority of the race.
You guys have to look at the replays.
Yeah.
We just took teamwork to another level.
You guys merged or morphed into each other, or I don't know. Like, flipping, it was insane. We really thought to ourselves, why the hell are you guys battling and not trying to push each other? And well, now we know. Now we know. Yeah, so from my side, guys, I think that's awesome. Stinky, just do a test on your sound quickly, please, if you don't mind. Thank you, Psycho Sheep. I appreciate that. Stinky, so just do a test on your sound quickly.
It was a good race overall.
Right.
I just
Are we getting his
made a
feet?
mistake.
Beautiful. Stinky, just tell us exactly how you did it. 7 seconds lost from pole to last. You managed to come back, win the race, even though you had to fuel save 2 laps and lose 5 seconds in the last 2 laps. What happened?
Yeah, the first lap, I got away well. On the straight, I was fuel saving already, so I let Mr. Donkey go past. I don't want to hold him up because I was on a different strategy. Mm-hmm. And then going into the double right-hander, I thought Mr. Pace was gonna go for a move, so I was like looking back, and then I didn't see that I missed my braking marker, and I went wide and then I spun. Then I decided to stick onto my strategy, and it worked out.
No, I think it worked out. An average result. Yeah. So if we had to deduct, let's say that's 6 seconds, and I know it's a perfect scenario, you'd be on 30 minutes 50 for your finished results. And we had a look at your medium stints. I think your fastest medium was a 31.2 and your slowest medium was a 31.9. So
Sure.
Your 10 laps on mediums, you did not hit 32 once. I mean, you're absolutely flying, you had clean air, and it was with a full tank of fuel because you did your medium stints first. What was going through your mind after the hard stop? And when you came out with your mediums with a clean track ahead of you, what was going through your mind? Just flat, fast, or what was going?
I decided to fuel save so that I wouldn't have to like fuel.
Fuel save, get 31s on mediums.
This guy.
Yeah, I was fuel saving through the whole stint, but yeah, I made a couple of mistakes, but it was alright. I'm happy with the results.
Hey guys, just for everyone, Team America, obviously, is 16 years old with 6-axis, doing 31.1 all the way to 31.9 on his mediums and 10 laps straight, whilst fuel saving, just to top it all up. It's insane. It really is insane. So, well done to you, Stinker. I think there's a lot coming through to you. Also, Team North America, just some information. Stinky was sponsored a G29 wheel about a week ago, so he's spending time. And tonight, I think he finished his last race with his controller, and he's going to start focusing on just doing his wheel from Thursday and Saturday's FIA races. So he's got this whole week to prep. From you guys having wheels for a very long time, what will your advice be to him? Maybe we can start with you, Pace, then Swordsman.
Yeah, just put in the time, bud. Put in the time. If you need help, obviously we got the whole communities, as well as I think the USA guys also extend their hands out to you if you need any help with it, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I'll keep pushing.
Swordsman?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, definitely stick with it. You know, it'll be a little bit of a transition, you know, kind of getting used to the feel of, you know, losing grip, you know, with this big wheel versus, you know, using the controller per se. But yeah, with the community, there's a lot of guys who have made that transition, and you know, we're here to help you. So you'll do great things. Look forward to seeing your quick transition. So.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If any of the NA teams want to jump in on that, if so, you can quickly do so.
Yeah, can I join in?
29 pedals. Make sure you clean those really well. They're known for breaking easily.
Alright, beautiful. So make sure you lost the pedals. Thank you. There was someone else as well?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, I watch a lot of like videos, just like a lot of popular GT Sport players like Eric GTR and Z28, and I know they play a lot of videos for like beginners, but even for more advanced drivers, I mean, they can still be helpful to watch just for, again, learning the basics and just making sure you can master that in a wheel or a controller. So definitely check those out as well. They definitely help.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'll definitely check them out. I appreciate the help.
Beauty. Okay, guys, so finish touches for myself. Just remember, Mertzal, if you want to do a shout out, give you a quick opinion about the race, etc., what your thoughts were, maybe chat to the US guys quickly or the SA guys, please, the floor is yours, my brother. Thanks again for commentating with me.
Yeah, no, thank you. Great race again as well. Great 3 races for this mini series that we did. Certainly learned a lot from watching you guys because I'm not quite at your level, but it was a lot of fun. So thanks for the free tips, and hopefully we can do something like this in the future.
Definitely, yes. Myself, guys, just on that note, we might be looking at continuing this Monday evening series and just make it a regular thing, seeing that it is helping everyone with their FIs and preparations. Whether we were going to do practice lobbies with our friends, I believe what's happening is definitely pushing up everyone. I see all the US guys have pushed over 60,000 DR already. So, Swordsman, maybe you can speak to the guys. I'm not sure if the other Team America guys would be keen for that, to maybe continue this. Get a few other guys involved, rotate a few guys in and out, etc.
I send the invites out to my friends. I mean, there's a bunch of guys.
Sorry, we're just running for time. Swordsman, if you want to run it quick.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of positive response, interest in this, and I think it's just showcased in these last 3 Monday streams that you know, there is popularity for it and support. So definitely.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, whoever of the other US guys are still in the chat, I see it is Autista, etc., Grove, and Holman. If you guys are still keen from next week Monday, we can still keep it up. We might have 1 or 2 of our top split guys who might want to jump in as well. I know Kalen Moa, which is Kalen Pace, is busy chatting to them. We might get them through here. If I had to put it in DR, what can I call it, connotation, then we'd probably be looking at 75,000 DR level type drivers that we want to maybe get involved, 1 or 2 guys, and yeah, maybe we can try and chase PX7 Lamb out of there.
It'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Cool. Okay, cool. I'll be back if you guys do it again.
Beautiful. So definitely get it run through. I'll definitely make sure that next week Monday we can do it again. It's easier for you guys than for us, so for you guys it'll be awesome with your times. For us it's 12:30 midnight already. So thanks a lot for racing, guys. Team US, Team SA, you guys were great. Kalen Pace and swordsmen running their teams separately. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Respect for the opposing team, etc. Well done. I think that was pretty evenly raced all out. So from our side, thanks a million, guys. Have yourself a blessed evening. Enjoy your races, and good luck with FIA this weekend. The groups will stay open. We'll keep everything the same as, and I'll just speak to the guys with regards to the continuation of the series. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys. Dino Cantino out. Have yourselves a good evening, good afternoon. Tot ziens.
Bye.
Bye-bye.